Alright guys, stop taking your chains in to have them sharpened. Do them yourself. It's easy. Watch this video, I'll show you how to do it. Alright guys, so sharpening a chainsaw is a very simple process. I'm going to walk you through it. First thing you need to do is have the right size round file and have it securely connected to a handle. Probably best if you're a beginner to use gloves. Matter of fact, unless you're very advanced, use gloves. It hurts when you run your knuckle into one of these teeth. It hurts. So wear gloves, leather gloves. Alright. Best thing to start with is to find a good spot. A lot of chains have a double tooth, so two teeth on the same side, but that's not always true. So just find a good spot to start. If your chain's pretty dirty, you'll be able to tell where you started and where you finished. Other than that, you might want to make a mark. I know this is not an approved method, but what I like to do is I never have a marker, and I've honestly never broken a chain. So people say, oh, if you make a little notch in your chain with your file, you'll break it. But I've never broke one, and I've done it a lot of times. So anyway, that's what I do. I make a little notch. That way I know when I come to that notch, that little mark right there, then I know that that I'm done with that side. So then I start with the next tooth behind it. And what you want to do is place your file, make sure you got the right size file, but place your file up against the tooth at the same angle that the tooth is running. And a lot of times, if you look close enough, I don't see one, but a lot of times there'll be a little notch that indicates the angle, or a little mark, a little hash mark on your chain. This chain has it right here. You can see right there. That might be a better way to demonstrate. That's got a little hash mark right next to the tooth. So anyway, if you need to use a angle guide, you know, if you're a beginner, an angle guide might be a good idea. Alright, so we're going to start in with this tooth here, and we're going to take off. You want to put pressure backwards in this direction, and even pressure. And count your strokes, which I just didn't do right there. I believe that was 5, but anyway, that's what we'll go with. The reason you want to count your strokes is because you want to do the same amount of strokes on each tooth, if possible, because you want your chain to wear evenly. And feel that point, make sure that point's sharp, and that top of the tooth there, and that little, you're really sharpening 3 things. You're sharpening the tip, this edge, and then this little hook. If you can see it on this side, there's a little hook, a little circle-shaped hook, or semicircle shaped hook right there, and that needs to be sharp as well. So this really isn't rocket science. It's worthwhile. It's worthwhile to learn how to do this because every once in a while you gotta tighten your file handle. It's worthwhile because you know, it's faster to sharpen your chain It's faster to sharpen your chain than it is to change it. And if you've got, if you're out in the woods and your chain's dull, which happens a lot, you know, you want to walk back up to the truck. You want to grab another chain out of your toolbox. I mean, I guess that's not too bad to change the chain, but if you can just grab your file and start sharpening your chain, you're back in business. You don't have to take your chain off or anything. So I don't understand. I mean, I know it's a little bit intimidating, but it's really worthwhile to learn. Yeah, you're not going to get it right the first time. But work through that frustration. By the time you get through one chainsaw chain, you'll learn. And then after that, you don't have to take your chainsaw to get sharpened anymore. You don't have to get those expensive fancy jigs. You don't have to take your chain off to sharpen it. It's just way better all around. And see, there we're back to the mark. That was fast. Way faster than changing the chain. All right, then I flip it around and run the other way. And here I'm talking, it would have been, I know some of you guys are thinking, oh, I could have changed the chain cheaper, or changed the chain faster than that, but I was talking the whole time. I was distracted, so going the other direction is a little different. Might have to come bring you guys over here. Alright, so got to set it up. Oh, let's see here. There's the mark. We'll start with this tooth here. On this side, I usually just put my hand over the bar like this, and then put a little pressure back on it with my thumb. It's a little easier actually to sharpen this side. The angle's a little off over here. Last time it got sharpened, maybe it could be that the tooth got dug up too. You guys are all crooked there. Accidentally shut the camera off. Sometimes you want to do that, knock the shavings off your file, or wipe it on your pants. Yeah, I know. Not supposed to wipe stuff on your pants. Okay, Mom. Back to that notch. Nope. And last one. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's really fast. It's really not hard, guys. All right, let's start to put up the steel here. Got the Echo Sharp. That aside. All right, see now this one has standard a yellow paint mark where the chain comes together. So I'll use that to indicate where I start and stop. And my rule is about every 10 strokes. I take one down on the raker. Well, no raker file, but I'll have to grab another raker file. Oh, and the raker is this little tooth right here, and that's in front of the other tooth. That's the raker. Eventually this gets low enough where this is higher than the tooth, and then it's not going to cut very quickly. But you don't want to take too much down on this because it'll make the saw uncontrollable. So Be very, very conservative when you're taking material off the raker. That, friends, is how you sharpen a chainsaw. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day. I had to fire the camera back up. I have never seen that before. You see this tooth right here? Look at that huge chunk we got taken out of it. Must have hit a piece of wire or something. Holy Toledo. Wipe that tooth right out. That's alright, it'll still cut. It still cut the edges. It's just going to be, you know, not quite as good, but it'll still cut just fine. We'll leave it on. It's a fairly new chain, so. But dang, that really tore that up. Alright, let's try it out. Yeah.
Might be a little bit slower than the Echo.
Maybe a little bit. But dang, you gotta be impressed with that. That is impressive.
Yeah.
Of course, in the steel, it has a full chisel chain on it, where the Echo and the Wild Badger have semi-chisel safety chains on it, anti-kickback chains. So the steel is going to be faster just because of the chain, but